The California wildfires continue to prove that elections have consequences. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the quote-unquote homeless arson suspect who has been arrested in Southern California and may be connected to the current ongoing wildfires. Now, this person is here illegally. They are an illegal alien, a migrant, whatever you want to call it, not in the country legally. Now, before you watch this video, before you saw my thumbnail, you already knew that was probably the case. You already knew it because you know what California is. It's a big sanctuary place, a big far left place. So why wouldn't illegal aliens go right there? That's pretty much a clear base. It's like being a runaway slave going to the north. you done made it, or not really, but you understand what I'm saying. You've made it to the promised land in California. It's a sanctuary state. They're not going to talk to ICE. They're going to pretty much leave me alone. And you know what? You know the reason why I know that he went there for that reason. And the reason why I say California is like that, I'll tell you why in a minute. But first things first, let's get to an actual video of this guy with the blowtorch, okay? We got a video of this guy with the blowtorch. After we get done watching this, we're going to go through and see a little bit of details about him, his name, where he's from, and whatnot. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
We brought this video to you yesterday. As you can see, that man who was holding a blowtorch was walking around a neighborhood when neighbors did approach him. This is, of course, over in Los Angeles County, and it appeared that he was trying to light different materials on fire. Eventually, all the neighbors show up, they take him to the ground, and then they do take him into custody as police arrive there. Now, we do know that he was arrested. However, he has not been charged in connection with any arsons at last check. Investigators saying they charged him with some other unrelated charges. But again, you can see the video there.
Can we pause for a second? Now, this is what I was referring to earlier. I'll tell you why I know he went to California, because he's pretty much safe. He got a free base. It's because he's walking around with a blowtorch. People are saying that they had to subdue him. They had to tackle him. He's setting stuff on fire, but they don't want to charge him with arson. Instead, they hit him with a probation violation. Okay, so if there's no suspicion of arson, then what's the probation violation? What did you arrest him for? Just walk around? You can't, I mean, it's not illegal to walk around outside with a blowtorch. I mean, obviously, if you got a blowtorch and you're here illegally and you're so-called homeless and there's fires all around you and everybody knows it, the whole Southern California is on fire, clearly you're going to be an arson suspect. But why wouldn't they say that? You know why I think they're not going to say that? Because since he's here illegally, it'll create the wrong narrative. It'll be the correct narrative, which is about the migrant crime. That'd be the correct narrative, but California doesn't want that. This is a political decision to not hit him with arson. Again, if they got him on a probation violation, then what's the actual crime that he committed to violate his probation? You see what I'm saying? Let's keep on going.
As he was approached by these neighbors who were paying attention and saw that he was holding a blowtorch and trying to light things on fire as they are dealing with all of these wildfires in the area. I do want to bring in Chris and Kim Sumner. Now, you're going to notice on the top right-hand side of your screen there, it does say the video is from Chris. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us here and discuss this just a little bit further.
Sure, no problem. No problem.
All right, so first off, I have to ask, what I'm going to do is pop up the video itself so folks can get a better look at it. Can you explain to me, and you'll see it in a second, essentially what we are looking at?
Sure. So we heard a lot of screaming coming from outside, and these two gentlemen were very heated in their exchange. And so we stepped outside to see what was happening. And the first thing we noticed is one of the men is holding a blowtorch, and the other man is like, he's trying to start a fire. He just tried to start a fire.
Call 911.
Yeah. And so we're trying to figure out, all right, what's happening? What's going on? Why is this guy walking around with a blowtorch? And he does not, I'm like, when we first stepped outside, we were like, hey man, just set the blowtorch down.
Let me just pause for a second. This is why you need your Second Amendment rights. Because look, I'm not doing all that extra stuff. I'm not doing no tongue wrestling. Hey, we got a dangerous situation. Fires are all around us. We're trying to maintain our homes and not die. Yeah, put that down right now. And it's not really, I'm not asking you to put it down. I'm telling you to put it down. You understand? But I digress.
And let's figure out what's happening. And like, he was not going to set the blowtorch down no matter what. And it wasn't going to happen. And we're like, hey, let's figure out what's happening. Put the blowtorch down. We can all talk. Let's figure this out. And it wasn't happening. He just did not want to set the blowtorch down. The other gentleman had already said he tried to start another fire. And then another gentleman came up the hill and said, yes, he just tried to start another fire at my place. And so we're like, all right, you got to stop. And so we basically dialed 911 and waited for the police to show up to discuss further.
When you have the neighbors all coming together there, you see everyone come together and do what they can to essentially hold this guy until police get there, because there is a chance that he could have taken off running. What did it mean to see all of the neighbors kind of come together here?
I mean, that's the upside of the crisis is you get everyone kind of coming together and trying to watch out for your friends and your neighbors and work as a team and try to keep your children, your family safe.
That's definitely a good thing, though, because people are not panicking. They're not turning on each other. Everybody's working together collaboratively to make sure the entire neighborhood is good. So that's a very good sign.
Are you at this point concerned at all as the fires do continue there in Los Angeles County? What's going through your mind? Are you going to have to evacuate in any way?
Go ahead.
I don't think we're out of the woods yet, for perhaps a bad pun, but there's still a lot of fires surrounding us. So I think that we're definitely cautiously optimistic. The firemen and the air workers have done an amazing job. We can't thank them enough, and we're just hoping to stay safe.
All right, so there we go. Yeah, shout out to them. Kudos to all the neighbors in the neighborhood for apprehending this guy, because obviously you're trying to protect yourself. You're trying to protect other people. They did the absolute right thing. And again, Second Amendment, and go to the range and get trained. But here is the biggest issue here. The issue that has been plaguing this entire nation, the issue that I said was the biggest nation in the 2024 presidential election, the migrant crisis. Look at who we have here. This is on Fox News. Man arrested near LA fires with possible blowtorch is an illegal immigrant, according to ICE sources. And it says ICE is expected to put a detainer on him, but does not believe it to be honored because, again, California is what? A sanctuary state. Okay, and that is a problem. Hey, let's get this dangerous illegal alien out of the country. Let's get him arrested through the federal agency that should do that. But the states do not want to cooperate with the feds. And then they want to call us secessionists and insurrectionists and everything else. Funny how that works, but let's keep on going. Another article, Daily Mail, same thing. Man detained by residents with blowtorch near LA fires, revealed to be an illegal immigrant. Okay, now let's get to Bill Malugin from Fox and see what he said on Twitter. All right, now, per ICE sources, the man seen in the viral video being subdued by residents and arrested by police with a blowtorch near the hashtag Kenneth Fire in the West Hills is an illegal alien from Mexico named Juan Manuel Sierra Leyva. He's in custody on a probation violation. Again, if you didn't commit arson and they still got to investigate or whatever, then what's the crime that you're being arrested for? To violate your probation. But anyway, he's in custody on a probation violation and has not been charged with arson. I'm told ICE will place a detainer request on him with the LA County Sheriff's Department, but they do not expect it to be honored due to California sanctuary state law. I'm told Sierra Leyva will have a court appearance tomorrow. Again, he has not been charged with arson and is in custody only on a probation violation at the moment, as multiple agencies have been interviewing him. All right. And that is from yesterday at 8:43 p.m. So that's where we are right now. Now, as I close, I want to say this. I've been saying it for months. I feel like I've been saying it for years, but definitely for months. The migrant crisis is a serious problem that is impacting the entire nation. It doesn't matter if it's Chicago, Illinois, New York, Aurora, Colorado, now Los Angeles. It's over. It's all. Springfield, Ohio is everywhere. It is everywhere. And I'm glad we got the orange man back to get rid of these illegal aliens. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about this whole situation? You have an illegal alien, according to ICE sources, allegedly setting fires or trying to set fires in the midst of one of the most damaging, one of the most destructive, and potentially most deadly wildfires in the history of this country. You got a guy with a blowtorch, illegal alien, whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. California sucks. I've been saying it. The people, a lot of you guys in California, beautiful people, nice people, hardworking people. But your leadership, I mean, goodness gracious, this is a failure of leadership. You don't want to clean the brush. You want to protect the smelt. You don't want to have wet ground. You don't want to have water in the reservoir. You don't want to deport the illegal aliens. What do you want to do for the betterment and for the protection of your people? Nothing? Hey, man, go out there with some sticks and matches and make it happen. Everybody else has all the modern creature comforts and rights as a person. They have all those things. You don't, and figure it out. That's kind of what's happening right now in California, in my humble opinion. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.